We have news coming in of Anil Deshmukh, as well as we have news coming in that bail plea for Anil Deshmukh and Nawab Malik denied by the Rajya Sabha. This is that they had asked for 1 day's bail in order to go and cast their vote, as every vote matters. But in this we have that those elections taking place, the Rajya Sabha polls happening tomorrow, but arrested Maharashtra ruling party leaders Nawab Malik and Anil Deshmukh will not get bail to vote in the Rajya Sabha elections. However, they are now going to approach the High Court. They are asking for that copy, so in order for them to go approach the High Court. They have in fact been in jail since February, and this is because of the money laundering case by the Enforcement Directorate. We have my colleague Sohit joining us. Sohit, they are now most likely going to be appealing in High Court.
Well, that's right. While the lawyers of Anil Deshmukh said that they will be approaching High Court, now it would be important to see that what happens, because they have only 1.5 hours, and at the same time it is important that the High Court does a hearing on the same, because remember that the voting is tomorrow. It starts in the morning itself, and the calculation for the Mahavikas Aghadi government has also been changed now, as the court has said that Nawab Malik and Anil Deshmukh could not vote. Now remember that for the 6th seat, the Mahavikas Aghadi coalition had 26 votes, whereas they needed 42 votes. Now in this 26 votes, 2 votes of Anil Deshmukh and Nawab Malik has been counted. However, as the court has said that they can't vote, now they have 24 votes, whereas to win they need 42 votes. So that's the reason why be it Nawab Malik or be it Anil Deshmukh, they went to the court, because they know that it is important for them to vote so that the 4th candidate of the Mahavikas Aghadi coalition wins. However, now it would be also important to see because what happens next, because the votes of the smaller parties MLAs or the MLAs who are independent becomes very crucial for both the BJP as well as for the Shiv Sena. On the other hand, Devendra Fadnavis has also tested negative, which means he can also vote. So while the BJP is also having a meeting in the Mumbai, their leaders are in the Mumbai, they would be a bit more relieved than the MVA after what the court has said. In fact, the court has said that the restrictions of section 62(5) of the RP Act cannot be overlooked, and based on previous judgments of Supreme Court, the plea has been rejected. In fact, yesterday the central agency had said that prisoners do not have voting rights. It is pertinent to mention that prisoners do not have voting rights, and that the Representation of People Act, that is the RP Act of 1951, the right to vote is the statutory right created under section 62 of the Act, and the law is settled that the right to vote, being a statutory right, is subjected to the restrictions prescribed by the Act. So based on this, the court has rejected the plea, and because of that the calculations as well as the numbers of MVA government has been reduced by 2. So it would be important to see that whether they still have what they have been claiming, that they still have the numbers with them, they have the independent support, they have the support of smaller parties. Do they still have it? Because it is a direct fight between Uddhav Thackeray and Devendra Fadnavis. Both of them have been playing and calling people, they have been meeting everyone, and so it would be important that what would be the next strategy of the MVA coalition, and if the matter is heard in in the High Court, I beg your pardon, will there will be any changes, or will the order be similar to what has happened in the Sessions Court today?
Right. Sohit, how long before they can get that copy and then go ahead and appeal in High Court? How long will that process take?
Well, they had requested for that the copy should be given to them as soon as possible. In fact, they have also sent some of their lawyers to the High Court to see what can be done over there. But as I said, that there will be several of the hearings that would be going on. At the same time, will the court hear this matter today itself is also a question. So these things will happen only after they get the copy, and it also depends on the judge on how long the order is, and will they be able to give it right now. So these are the factors that the lawyers are considering. However, they have been rushing to the High Court. So whatever happens over there would be very important to see. At the same time, the leaders of the MVA will also have to sit and calculate votes, because for every candidate they need 42 votes to win, and these are 42 valid votes. There are several times what happens is that an MLA would vote, but the vote, due to several reasons, if there is a ink that has been not placed right, or there are several other reasons because of which it would be disqualified. So they have to keep this in mind as well. And as of now, if Nawab Malik and Anil Deshmukh are not allowed to vote, they have just 24 votes with them, and they need 18 more votes to secure the 6th seat. On the other hand, the BJP has 29 votes with them, and they need 13 more votes. So the calculation for both these parties are going on. At the same time, they will be seeing what happens in the High Court. But as of now, there is no relief for the MVA coalition if they talk about the 6th seat. At the same time, Nawab Malik and Anil Deshmukh, we won't be able to vote as of now for the voting of the Rajya Sabha elections that is going to happen tomorrow.
Right, so here trouble for Maha Vikas Aghadi as Anil Deshmukh and Nawab Malik's those pleas have in fact been rejected. They had applied for one day's bail in order to go and cast their vote. The Rajya Sabha polls to take place tomorrow. However, that plea has been rejected. All eyes now to see if they will be able to appear and appeal in High Court.